I'm John Manzella, and this is the Manzella Report. Recent trade battles with China, Mexico, Canada, and Europe have reduced merchandise trade flows by 3% over the last 2 years. But this drop is nothing compared to what's ahead. Due to the inability of the world's nations to contain COVID-19, the WTO now predicts that global trade will decline by 13 to 32% this year. In turn, many argue that globalization is dead. Globalization isn't dying. It's evolving, and existing trends are accelerating. Let me explain. Digital technologies and automation are rapidly transforming globalization, and this is having a tremendous impact on both companies and workers. For example, automation has not only reduced incentives to seek cheap labor, which has typically involved establishing large-scale manufacturing operations in low-cost countries, but now favors the development of multiple, smaller, digitally connected smart facilities located worldwide near fast-growing consumer centers. What's more, they are better positioned to bypass protectionist trade barriers. And due to on-site 3D printing technology, many components and parts can now be created right in the facilities when demanded. Even with COVID-19, advances in digital technologies will empower more organizations to provide more solutions globally. For example, telemedicine is linking American-made ultrasound machines used in developing country clinics to specialists in the U.S. who quickly analyze results. And with nearly 5 billion people connected to the internet, tremendous numbers of entrepreneurs, suppliers, and buyers can collaborate to create new value through e-commerce. What's next for U.S.-China trade? Due to the trade war and doubts that China will satisfy requirements of the recently signed Phase 1 or even agree to a Phase 2 deal will further drive the two countries apart. In turn, trade with China will likely decrease, and fewer U.S. companies will offshore there. Where will they go? If they can automate their manufacturing processes, some will move back to the U.S., but the vast majority will establish facilities near their fastest-growing markets in Asia, Mexico, and Latin America. What should companies do to protect themselves against future threats or pandemics? For one, they should not rely on any one source of supply or any one single country, whether it's China or another nation. And by that logic, U.S. companies would be wise to not rely solely on domestic suppliers either. Additionally, companies should reconsider just-in-time inventory strategies, which have often turned into just-too-late failures, and stockpile more supplies around the world. These strategies all favor globalization. But globalization is like fire. It can cook your food, keep you warm, or burn your house down. It's been tremendous for companies that produce products rich in intellectual property and for workers engaged in lifelong learning. But it has presented challenges for companies that manufacture low-tech products and for employees with limited skills. Consequently, for workers, it's critical that they continually upgrade their skills. And for companies, it's essential that they invest as much as possible in new technologies. Due to COVID-19, the U.S., UK, South Korea, and many other countries have placed export restrictions on medical supplies. Supply chains involving critical goods and those that support national security should be scrutinized and strengthened. But history shows that widespread use of protectionist policies can do more harm than good. In fact, protectionism may have put the great in the Great Depression. Now, trade is projected to rebound to some degree next year. This is good news. Nevertheless, as globalization evolves, it will continue to be challenged, but it will not end. Its benefits are just too big. The U.S. population is 331 million. The population of the world is 7.8 billion. The key to future U.S. economic growth and job creation lies in our ability to innovate new products and services and deliver them worldwide. To do so, Americans need to champion and not fear globalization as it continues to evolve. For more on this subject, read my article in Site Selections Investor Watch or visit themanzellareport.com. Thank you.